So the first thing that we're going to be learning on the basics of our homework is understanding, previously what we've talked about a lot with is our tangents, or I'm sorry, angles inside a circle. Now what we're going to be dealing with is a line that intersects the circle at exactly one point. Okay? So if a line intersects a point or if a line intersects a circle at exactly one point, that is what we call a tangent line. Now, what is important about a tangent line is at the intersection of the circle, it is perpendicular to a radius of the circle. All right? So that is your basic definition of a circle. Now, one thing that's helpful about it being perpendicular is we can prove if a line is tangent or not based on knowing that all tangent lines are perpendicular to a radius. So let's go over again an example and determine is this tangent line going to be perpendicular. So if I gave you guys an example of 9, 8, and 15. So if I gave you guys an example of that line, what we want to be able to do, oh, sorry, that's 15. Sorry. My bad. I'm drawing down the wrong problem. Sorry.
Son of Jesus. Wait, no. Son of God.
Yeah. OK. So what I'd like to be able to do is, can we determine, is this line tangent? Well, to go ahead and do this, we know that the radius here is 8. So therefore, x is going to represent a distance from the center to that edge. So really, we can say that x equals 8, correct? Do you guys agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Solve the radius, right? OK. So now, if we want to prove that this is a line that is tangent, we need to prove that it is perpendicular. Now, the one way we can prove it's perpendicular is if the Pythagorean theorem works, then that's going to prove that this is a right triangle. And if this is a right triangle, then we know that's a right angle. So to show the Pythagorean theorem, I simply have to do 8 squared plus 15 squared equals 8 plus 9 is 17 squared. Devin, I am going to ask, though, that we can move on with this. So now I simply go ahead and square these. 8 squared is 64.
Where did you get 17? It's 8 plus 9. I'm a teacher.
Make sure.
You're welcome.
So again, 15 squared is going to be 225. And does that equal 17 squared, which is 289? Well, what we notice is when we add 64 plus 225, that equals 289, which equals 289. So therefore, since the Pythagorean theorem works, 64 plus 225 is 289. 17 squared is 289. So since the Pythagorean theorem works, then we can show that that is a right angle. And since that is a right angle, we can prove that that line is now tangent to the circle. OK? That's it as far as proving tangency.